Hey, this that Eastside Johnny Big Redemption light. Know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get out the way.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go. Spread right, 72.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And now running right through it. Ooh, the juke. And shutting him off, now open field. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His sixth touchdown of the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And personally, what a start for him to get in the end zone from that distance here on the first drive.
And it has the defense tearing up their defensive goals for the game, doesn't it? Because nowadays, when we talk to all the coaches, they don't talk about limiting yards per carry and those things. They just talk about limiting explosive plays, whether it's through the air or on the ground. And anything an explosive play on the ground, usually, 10, 12-yard runs? This one was way more than that. They've got to go back to the drawing board and try and shut it down.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now Wentz. Ertz Wentz has it left side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now Wentz on third down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Malik Jackson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Lucy.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 11.
Bortles to throw on second down. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go. 372. Hank. 11.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. Flush to his right. And incomplete here on third down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Sproles, the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He finds Ajayi. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll begin the drive with Ajayi. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On the ball. Two jet.
They run with Ajayi. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Two jet.
Here's Ajayi. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Wentz. Aguilar has throws it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Come on now, come on now. Let's go. Great. Great 15. Great 15. Ram.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he's got some space here. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Here we go.
A handoff to Fournette. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Let's go.
On third down, Fournette. And some room to work. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Okay. 372. Move.
On first down, Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Mike Bennett, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the gun on third down, Bortles buying time to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Eagles on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. On first down, Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
On the ball. Straight 15.
Wentz now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Great. Sit. 81. Run. Great.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm?
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Miles Jack leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. On second down, here's Wentz. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. A final shot before half for Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Go. 81. Great 15.
Wentz now on first down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wentz again. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
82.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48.
Lucy.
Bortles now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cole. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, spread left. Lucy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, twisting away. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter. But not a whole lot of room there, but there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's a give to Fournette. And some space here. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Leonard Fournette. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's go. Hank. Hey. Lucy. Move.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. Safarian Jenkins has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Bortles to the former Jet, Safarian Jenkins for the Jags first down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved. And in a 4-3 front, you've got the two defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen. Bortles. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed. And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Closer. Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else... And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33. And a return will stop right around the 25. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception. And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because... in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there, and what a great play he just made.
Here we go.
So after the INT, it's Bortles, and it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hank. Move.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Timmy Jernigan busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
On the ball.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught right side. It's Jeffrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Corky, 82, Corky.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch right side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Here's Wentz to throw. Screen pass to Sproles. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. Now a play fake. Wentz. One thing I think that's safe to say. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Marcel Darius. Coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And it's a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Lucy.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Michael Bannon in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
11B. Hey, five all right. Lucy.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. What's that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Hey, check 24. Rip. Rush it. Let's go.
They'll start out on the ground with a J. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Jeffrey wheels it in over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
81.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Miles Jack in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Eagles on third down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 17. Now Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Trey 15.
Wentz now to throw. Works over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Elliott good with a PAT. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Lucy. Here we go. Hey. You got three. Three down. It's all right. Lucy. Move. Hank.
Bortles going to throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this one incomplete. Well, apparently taking a knee is not in vogue. They're not able to add another touchdown on. And now the ball game is over. Well, Charles, the forecast call